Will Howard. Another question is Ryan Day and Jim Knowles in big games. Do we trust Ryan Day and Jim Knowles in the big games based on experience?
This is gonna be tough to say, man. You know, I'm pretty optimistic, especially about my Buckeyes, man.
Yeah.
Coach Day, yes, I trust. I mean, Coach Day, essentially, his job has always been the offense, and you go against Georgia in the playoffs, even some of those Michigan games. Obviously, this game, our offense hasn't been the key reason for us losing, right? But right now, it's just like, man, I don't know what. I think the biggest performance our defense had, like, you know, in a truly big game, was what, maybe Penn State last year. Penn State last year, they kind of went out, had a fantastic. They kind of, you know, really shut down Drew Ayler and Penn State. But other than that, man, it's just, I mean, it's just not. It just really has not been good enough. At what time? What game can you say our defense made a big sack and stopped them and got our ball? You know, like, it's just those stories are just been too, like you say, like, it's like you gotta go back to Chase Young and Nick Bosa for us to kind of talk about them making those big plays. It's almost, once again, I feel like we're sitting back, trying to keep guys in front of us, and hopefully the offense make a mistake and we can capitalize instead of us defense being coached up to be a dog and go out there and take something from somebody, man.
Yeah. I still got belief. My concern, and so I'm gonna answer this question differently. To me, Jim Knowles and Ryan Day collectively bear the responsibility of the defensive struggles, because I don't know, you know, if you're the CEO of a company, right? Whether or not you got a COO, he handles all the operations or whatever. He's telling you how to do what he wants you to do. Like, he's at least giving you some guidelines, right? And I don't know where the defensive, I guess, approach in terms of the mentality, you know, we just need to make sure we don't give up the big play. I don't know where that comes from. It could come from up top. But what I do know is it just doesn't feel like Jim Knowles' defense is like this is a Knowles defense. It just doesn't feel like it, right? It doesn't feel like the DNA of a Knowles defense in terms of what he wants to do. So that could be, there's a lot of talk about him versus Larry Johnson and different philosophies in terms of how to get pressure on the quarterback. But whatever it is, I won't say I don't trust it, but I'm starting to question the mindset and the approach. And that approach is going to affect the play of the players, right? Your aggressiveness is going to impact the players' aggressiveness and how they think and how they execute. So, yeah, I think that there's still a question mark there. I think the two of them have the capability to get it done. Yeah. But, you know, you can only go by what you've seen. And I think the biggest drawback is the defense right now, you know, being aggressive defensively. The last question.
I'm sorry, Chill. Let me get back in here because I like I said, I kind of gave Coach Day a pass, but like you said, he is the head man. So we talk about these games, right? And this is not, or obviously Oregon game, as we just stated. Like, we came out and we made a lot of mistakes, like, you know, especially on both sides of the ball. Things could have definitely been cleaner, right? And I say, it's Coach Day's job, obviously, right? If it's one thing a head coach is going to do, as he's focused on offense or defense, wherever, he needs to have the pulse of the team, right? He has to understand what his team is good at, bad at, when they need to be pushed, when they need to be left alone. You got to understand that as the head coach, right? That's essentially your main job, right? No matter what, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like when especially Ohio State comes out and they make so many mistakes, especially early on in that game, it's like, you know, what's going on? So it's like, to me, it's either one or two things, right? Either Coach Day has the team too hyped up, right? And they're so hyped up that they're running around. And everybody wants to try to do something to try to win the game. And because of that, you're not thinking.
Yeah.
You're not thinking. And you're not thinking. And because of that, you play a team like Oregon, and next thing you know, you're getting beat over top on stuff that, you probably, you're by yourself, and there's one thing you got to do is be able to protect deep. Or it's the complete opposite. the team is underwhelmed by you by you trying to rile them up for a big game, and maybe you're fired up and you're trying to get people to go with you, and for a reason the team's just not buying into that, and they go out there underwhelmed, and because of that, they're not thinking, paying attention to details, and leads to mistakes in the big game. So it's starting to become one of the two, right? And obviously they have to figure it out. I always have faith that they will, but this loss kind of it stings.
Yeah, I would say this. Look, I'm not going to another restaurant, bro. I've already paid for parking. I've already valeted. I've already sat down. Right. I don't like the first plate they brought out.
Yeah.
But I still think the 2 chefs or the 3 chefs, add Chip Kelly in there, can cook up something that I like. So I'm gonna say this: everything is prepped and on the table. They got the talent, they got the experience. Just go back there and make something better. I truly believe they got every tool available to do it. The last thing is what you just mentioned. They got to get them mentally ready to be able to do the right thing, execute well, right? Think the game in the right way, but not think too much, and instead they're not playing free in attacking. Because if you're the big dog, I would keep saying, if you're the big dog, you got to punch these teams in the mouth and see how they respond to it. And I just felt like it went the other way